Ah, here we all come.
Okay.
Alexa.
Hey, we're all just waiting for Erica to log in to get started here.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Erica.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Here, I'm just going to mute myself.
Got that.
I muted myself and then I kept talking.
Lips are still moving.
Looks like you're on a small, a hard floor.
Aw, kitty cat.
Yeah. What? Yes.
Hello.
Hey, Mark Welder.
Hello.
Good evening.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Thumbs up. Two enthusiastic thumbs up. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Everybody's safe and sane and sanitized?
Safe and sanitized.
Shouldn't have asked.
I don't know that they were ever sane to begin with.
Got lots of those.
Sanity is in the rearview mirror right now.
All right. So, Crocs, you guys look so relaxed. Everyone looks so relaxed. We were supposed to have 12 people. Still got a couple minutes. I'm waiting for my Facebook Live to turn on. Just hold, please. You can talk amongst yourselves. Woo! So, isn't a very stable. Our sign-in for Zoom may change a little bit next week. We haven't had any problems, but you guys have all heard of the Zoom bombing that's been happening?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, they're adding a password now, right?
Yeah, so you don't have to use one. I can turn one off. Hey, Laura.
Hi, Erica.
But I might go ahead and add it. So just watch for on Facebook and our emails if I need to add a password. I haven't totally figured it out yet. We haven't had any issues. I don't know if I need a password. If we can also, we're going to enable something called the waiting room function, which means instead of dumping you guys in like this, it dumps you into waiting room and then I add you. I don't see why we need both.
I would agree.
Would you, if you have a waiting room, would you just add people by name because like you recognize them? So if somebody was Zoom bombing, you wouldn't add them from the waiting room.
Yeah, totally. So I don't know why we would need a password and the waiting room, you know?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
probably
got
one.
that email today too.
Yeah. Okay, so today, while I get this on Facebook Live, we're gonna foam roll the whole body. Is everyone else like sore as I am?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm sitting too much.
sitting too much. That's no good. Error starting broadcast. Please try again. Of course. Too bad for the Facebook Livers. All the cool people are on Zoom. Hey, I know you're
Somebody's sideways.
sideways.
Who's sideways?
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Aino can hear me. Maybe she's frozen. Okay. So, foam rolling. Everyone has their roller. Anyone have any bits and pieces that are more sore than others?
Hips.
Hips. Okay, there's Joanne. Some
Hamstrings.
hamstring. That's a tough one.
On your radio, the radio.com app, or on your smart speaker.
This.
Right now, there's a lot going on.
I'm gonna
Whether
go ahead and mute everyone.
you're in the living room into your kids' classroom, it feels like you're all adjusting to a
So if you want to see me big, go to speaker view. If you want to see everybody else, you can go to gallery view. Make sure that you kind of have something soft to roll on for your little elbows, okay? Okay. So, really quick, if you don't mind me taking a screenshot, everybody wave hi and stay waving hi for a little while while I take a screenshot. Yay, love it. Okay, the foam rolling is like the most, sorry, I'm shouting. The foam rolling is the most popular. Okay, here we go. So, foam roller, we're gonna actually start with upper body tonight. Couple places I don't typically foam roll are neck and low back. Okay, those are more delicate areas. So all other areas we're going to go through. We don't usually foam roll over joints, so we just want to foam roll soft tissue. There's somebody else. Oh, Aino's back. Okay, so we are going to start with upper back. And you know what? I'm going to take this dark off. I think you'll be able to see better. I had to set up a second filming studio in my bedroom. Very fancy. That's what I spent my day doing, moving furniture. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna roll from our upper shoulders to, hey Tori, upper shoulders to mid back, okay? So kind of like if you're a female, where the bottom of your sports bra is. And we're gonna do this pattern for almost all the muscles, which is we go up and down like 10 times first. Just starting to prep the muscle, noticing what feels tight. Just like that, up and down 10 times. You're looking for things that I call zingers, super sore spots. And I'm cradling my head with my hands, and you're gonna take your elbows and bring them in close like this to your ears. Open up those muscles. And stop. Then, before we find a place to massage, I like to go right kind of at the bottom of my shoulder blades, open my elbows, and then I lean back to open my chest. If you have back issues and that doesn't feel good, then don't do it. Aino's back again. I know we keep losing you. Open up, and it just feels good. You can open and stay open there, open through the torso, especially like Kimberly said, if you've been sitting at the computer too much, it just opens everything up. And breathe, opens up the lungs. And then we're gonna come back, bring the elbows back to near ears. And now, if you find any places that feel like particularly tight or sore or tender, you're gonna hold it. You're gonna find that knot and you're gonna hold it. You're gonna hold it here. For all of the muscle groups, when you find those zingers, you're gonna hold them for about 30 to 60 seconds. You can sit back down once you find one if it works. Because it takes a little while for the muscle and the brain to communicate. And what happens is that the muscles keep going on your upper back. The muscles have two responses. They have response to stretch or tension, and they also have response to pressure. So when you take your foam roller or a massage therapist takes their elbow or whatever and it presses on that knot, your brain says, hey, you better relax or maybe you're going to get injured because you have that pressure on you. So it takes 30 to 60 seconds for that communication to happen, and then that muscle and knot starts to relax. And the idea is that if you foam roll regularly every day, then those muscles learn to stay more relaxed, okay? All right, so forward and back, and then stop. Next, we're gonna continue with the back, but we're gonna go long, and you're gonna sit your butt at the very end. You're gonna open your arms like a T. And first just sit here and just gently let the chest open. Palms towards the sky. Maybe I can go to Facebook Live here. And then if you want to do some snow angels, you can, if it feels comfortable. Okay, not in my usual, we'll see if that works. And then what I'm gonna have you do, so if you're gonna join us Facebook Live, we just started, I'm gonna have you just take one arm across the body and then you can roll towards that shoulder and it opens up and gets that muscle in between the shoulder blade and the spine. So I'm here and then I'm rolling on that meaty part in between there. See how that feels? Ugh, I feel it right there. As I get closer to my shoulder blade, if I pull on that arm, it opens it. Sore from all those back exercises we did yesterday and today. And then you can do the other arm and kind of roll over, lean. It's kind of an experiment with foam rolling. And then you can open your arms and go towards the middle of the body. Meet the hands together and open. Open through the chest. Open high, whatever feels good to start to just release through the back. And then to come off of that, we're just gonna gently roll off. So next we're gonna do lats. So this is a big one. This muscle right here is part of this muscle. It's a really small section. This is really good for almost everyone who sits at a computer because we're kind of permanently like this, right? We want to open shoulders back. So I've given you, many of you, these are on your correctives. You're gonna lay on your side. I'm supporting my head with my hand and I'm rolling right here in this section. And it's a small muscle, so you're just barely kind of sore, going back and forth. There you are, I know, I can see you now. And then you can also roll forward and then back. Forward and back. So it's really, ouch, again, a small area. I can feel it right here at the back of my shoulder head. So again, do some of the rolling up and down, forward and back, owie. And then once you've moved approximately 10 times up and down, find a spot that hurts and just hold 30 to 60 seconds. And breathe. Who feels that one? Raise your hand if you're feeling tight. 100%. 100% in that one. Yeah, relax the shoulders down. One side often will be harder than the other side. I'm going to unmute everyone for a second. There you are. Does anybody have any questions about that so far? No. Okay. Cool. All right, I'm gonna mute y'all again. I'm thinking this session tonight will go about 45 minutes. You can unmute yourself. I allow that. So if you have a question, you can unmute and ask. All right, let's see how the other side feels. So support your head, forward and back. The reason why you don't want to start getting really low on these lower ribs is that they are a little bit more delicate. So that's why we stay kind of in the upper and mid back. And for this one, we don't really want to get into our ribs at all. We don't need to. We're just getting in this muscly place behind. So go up and down a few times. And then you want to might go forward and back. Forward and back. And then hold when you find a spot. Sometimes you'll feel it. It's like a rope. The foam roller will go kunk. Like you want to try to get it on that knot and keep it there. It's not going to be pleasant. But if you hold it, eventually you should start to feel it release. And as long as it's a soft tissue, like you can, we're not going to do it tonight, but you can do your triceps. It's just a little awkward, right? I've done my shoulder before if it's been super sore, like my bad shoulder, I actually roll on this part. So just kind of at your own experiment with those other places that are tight. I am naughty. Okay, then come on up and just roll around and see how that feels. This will be a good video. Looks like everyone's doing a freestyle chicken dance. Okay, feel better? Give me a thumbs up on the upper body. I'm gonna come unmute everyone.
Okay, get back.
Does anybody have questions about that upper body? Because that's all we're gonna
Get down.
do.
Get down.
Upper body.
Who are you kicking off?
Yelling at our huge dog, yep.
Yeah, this one,
Yeah,
it's my granddaughter.
your granddaughter's dog.
Yeah,
Oh my
she's
goodness.
living with me. Yeah,
Oh my
he wants to play because I'm on the ground.
Of course. Does anybody have any questions about the upper body? Okay, so we are going down to, I'm going to mute everyone. We're going to go down to lower body, starting with quads. Most of you are familiar with quads. So this is the one that looks like a plank. So I like to start, just personal preference, I like to start high at the hips and then roll down towards the knees. And we're going to start straight, just like a plank, up and down again 10 times, just like that. It usually gets worse as you get closer to the knee, especially when we start to do the outer quads. Up and down, just like that. We're going to spend some on this one. Once we get through our 10 up and downs, we're going to start at the hip again, and then you're going to roll down again till you feel that sore. And then we're just going to hold and breathe. Make sure you don't let your low back go, right? Keep your belly in just so that you protect your low back. So you should be foam rolling really every day. And it doesn't have to be as long as what we're doing tonight. It can just be the bits that you need to work on or where you're really sore. And next, roll down a little bit farther. I'm going to try to save this video somewhere, hopefully on YouTube, so that if you need a reminder, you can go back and look at it. Breathe, make sure you're not holding your breath. And then roll a little bit farther. Keep going all the way till you get just above your knee. Sherry, we lost you for a second, huh? Sometimes it just kicks us out for no reason. All right, then keep going all the way down. And then if you're really sore, you might do it again. I just kind of go, if you're really sore, it's going to help, but you'll still be sore afterwards. But the key is every day, just like exercise, little bit every day. I'm really sore today, like right here. I think it's from those squats with the calf raises. Okay, so we have 3 different sections of the quad that we want to work on. We just did the front. Now you have the IT band on the very side, but we're gonna do the middle. So you got front, IT band, but I wanna get this outer section of the quad, which is the one I always tell people to focus on if they have knee issues, because it gets really tight. And all this stuff connects around the knee. So if you have knee pain, but you haven't had like a traumatic accident, then a lot of times if you start loosening this stuff up, the kneecap just starts to get like pulled just a little bit. It's not tracking properly and it creates pain and crunching. So if the doctors say, oh, nothing's wrong, your knee's fine, if you really work on all these muscles, it should help the knee. So we did front of quad. Now we're gonna do here. And the way to do that is to start just like you did. You're gonna start on one leg only though. So you start flat, and then all I'm gonna do is shift a little bit. So I'm just gonna shift my weight a little bit, and then I'm gonna start going. I have not been foam rolling all the way up and down again. This one is usually more painful for most people, right? So I'm just a little bit to the side, and I'm working on this side right here. So let me just unmute everybody.
Oh.
Holy
Yeah, that's really painful.
I want to just like get the sounds because it's hysterical.
Oh.
Are you
So is Erica feeling that pain?
Oh, man.
Hurts so good.
Oh.
Shane came.
Okay, once you get the up, we're gonna spend some time on this one.
Oh, yay.
Greg, you're awesome right now. Okay, so go back up to the hip, and now start that slow finding those triggers. Those trigger
It all
point
hurts.
singers.
Everything hurts.
Yeah. So
Ouch.
once you go down, find one. I'm gonna mute everyone. Mute one, okay. So find that spot that hurts and then hold it. And if you don't want to do this one or need a break, just come back and take a break and then do it again, or maybe move back to your upper back. Ouch. So I also have a big fat knot up here where my hip flexors, cyclists, a lot of times right here where all of our hip flexors come into the fascia right there, that gets really bad. So find your spot, hold it. If you need more pressure, you can do what Mark is doing, which is he has, I'll show you this way. He has his knee up, his other knee up like this. That will do more pressure on that leg. So that's gonna make it more painful, just FYI, but it'll get in there more. So same same thing, hold. Oh gosh. And if it's too painful to hold, you can't do it, just do the up and down rolling. If you do the up and down rolling every day, then eventually you'll get to the point where you can just hold it. So this one's important. Anybody that has, that does a lot of forward moving, running, cycling, hiking, walking, this muscle. I know, I think your internet is having problems, and it's gonna get really bad right near the knee. Breathe. Oh. All right, take a break from that leg. Whew. Let's do the other side if you haven't already switched. So start flat. Someone's on Facebook Live. Hello. I don't know who it is. Ouch. Go over to the side just a little bit, and then, oh man, I can tell I have not been rolling. So anecdotal, I usually roll every single day at least once. And typically none of this hurts me anymore. But I haven't rolled much since the stay-at-home order. And so clearly things are tight. So start with your up and down. Ow. And then when you're ready, from the hip, go all the way down. Ouch. Find that spot and hold it. Sometimes you don't even know if it's sore until you start pressing on it. And sometimes you'll find spots that don't particularly feel sore at all. You can just go right over those until you find the next zinger. Okay, let me unmute everybody for this one. Make sure you're breathing.
This feels like childbirth.
Everyone's
You don't do this one often. It hurts like crazy.
Not good. This is not good.
Mark, this is an important one for your knee.
Yes, it has been very helpful.
I always say if you ever, oh good. I always say if you want to hear a grown man, see a grown man cry, just start foam rolling, having him foam roll.
This is it.
Okay, so take a little breather, take a break. Good job. So next we're going to do IT band. So some people, the IT band is so painful they can't do this at all. If you are one of those people, I'm going to just adjust then you can actually put the foam roller on the wall and press this way. Okay, you can't roll it very well, obviously, but you can actually press into it. That's only if it's so painful that you can't do it on the ground, okay? So that's just an option. It's kind of awkward, but it is possible. You could also put a towel over the roller. The softer the roller, the easier it is. So IT band, you're gonna stack your feet now, or this leg can go in front to take some pressure off. I stack because I don't have too much IT band problems. Same thing, you're gonna roll up and down. For some people, this one is like the most excruciating part in the body. Kind of just depends on your lifestyle. So same thing, up and down. This one for me isn't as bad as the one we just did. Breathe. And then again, find that spot. The reason the IT band gets so bad is that the IT band is the name of the fascia. It's not a muscle. It's this like white tissue that covers the muscle. And fascia covers all of your muscles in your body. The IT band one gets really tight from, again, all of our forward motion. And it's not stretchable. Fascia doesn't stretch, but it does respond to pressure. So we're trying to just realign all of those muscle fibers. Raise your hand if this one is excruciating. Oh, like 60%. All right. Yeah, Laura, I'm not surprised. All that running and cycling. All right, go ahead and switch sides. Whew, give yourself a little break. You guys are gonna feel so good after this though. And then other side, start going up and down. So you can see you can have your foot in front. You can have your foot out on top. This side is worse. Breathe. And then starting from the hips, start to make your way down. Another way you can do it, if you're super into torturing yourself. So on any of these muscles, if you want to really get into that one, I'm going to show you here because it's easier for you to see. If you want to get into a knot, you can hold it, and then instead of rolling, you can just move the leg, and that will work that knot. Okay, so IT band, you can do it. Any of those, you can do it. We're going to experiment with that in a second. Whew, and come off for a minute. Give yourself a break. Good job. Okay. So next we're going to actually do these like deep hip creases right here. Okay. This one, you're going to go right where the hip is creased, and you just go forward and back like this. And you can even go all the way around. And you don't want to be on your hip bone. It's lower than your hip bone, okay? This soft band of muscle right here in the crease. So I start flat, I go to the crease, and I twist over to like kind of a side plank, and then back down. And then you can go really small, up and down, right here. Christine, this is a good one for you for hiking, right here. Oh, and if you take, I just discovered this, so if you bend your knee and then you take your leg over too, as you twist a little bit, you'll get into that muscle. Ooh. See, it's all experiment. And then just go to the other side. Find that hip crease, maybe really small, up and down, not on your hip bone, forward and back. And then relax. Whew, good job. All right. I'll unmute everybody. Grab a drink if you need it.
Who knew you
How's
could stretch? Oh, Lord.
We're going to go to butt next. We just have butt, inner thigh, calf.
Cheers.
Erica?
Cheers.
Erica, can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Kimberly. This part right here, what is this called that we just did?
Your hip flexors.
Mine are always so tight.
Yeah, because that's right.
What's that?
Cycling and sitting.
Cycling, sitting, and running.
Yeah, right. And especially the cycling and sitting, because they're always like this. So you have your big hip flexors, which are your like quads, right? Like here. Then you have your TFL, which is a little one, and it like sits here. Yeah. One we just did, that's a good one. You can even use like a rolling pin or a lacrosse ball to really get in there. Okay. And then your little glute muscle and your littlest glute muscle, everything kind of like connects right here.
Okay.
And then the IT band. So like part right here, yeah, really sore. I'm not surprised.
Really sore. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Roster to faces or Aerosmith.
Butt should be better. The butt should be better. Okay, I'm going to remute everybody. So first we're just going to sit on it this way, and you can go forward and back a little bit. So I'm not going onto my low back way up here. I'm going right here across where like your undie line is or your little dimples are. So again, also a lot of your butt and back, it all connects here. So when people are like, oh, my low back hurts, but then they point down here, a lot of times that can be muscular. So that should just feel good. And then you can even go to the side a little bit and start to work right here. This high glute muscle, that's probably, ouch, gonna be sore on people. You can roll all the way up into this right here, high, like on your hip. And then you can see the other side, high on the hip. And then we'll do your butt. Now, some of you might want to do, we've done tennis ball in stretch class before. That's a good one for your piriformis deep in your buns. This is like a little less intense. So you're going to cross the leg of the butt, the side that you want to work on. So I'm crossing my left leg right now. So I'm going to just lean over to my left side. And again, the small area. So I'm just going to go forward, back, like so. And then if I feel any spots, and this one sometimes I keep going all the way to like that deep back pelvis muscle, bone, and then back up. And some of you will need to do this, I don't have a tennis ball in here, with the ball. So keep doing that, but if that doesn't feel like a lot and you need more, you can take a tennis ball and just sit on it right in that little deep meaty area. And that is a really good one for your butt. And then you can go other side. Cross the leg, then lean over onto that side. All right, I'm going to ask a question. So, trivia question. Does anybody know what the longest muscle in the body is called?
OS?
Hold on. Oh.
No. No, but that was a good guess. All good guesses. Soleus, hamstring.
OS?
Which one did you? Gluteus. No, what did you say, Laura?
Psoas muscle?
No, but that's another good one. You've probably never heard of it, most of you. So it's called the sartorius. We're going to get it next. Sartorius sounds like a dinosaur. So it connects, also can be a knee issue, hip issue too. It starts here, outer hip, and it wraps all the way around your thigh and it connects to the inside of your knee. And we're going to get that when we do inner thigh next. So you might have felt it in all of these that you just did. It goes like this around. So come off your butt and we're going to do inner thigh, and it's going to get that insertion of the sartorius. So inner thigh, I'm on one side, kind of almost on my belly, and the foam roller is pointing perpendicular to my quad. foam roller is pointing away, perpendicular to my quad, my knee is bent, and I'm doing side to side, ouch, like this. Some people are super tight way up here. I'm usually tighter down here by my knee. So same thing, side to side. This one gets really neglected, so again, this one might be really sore. Oh man, sore, sore, sore. Now for this one, you just want to be careful when you stop and go to your zinger. I like to bend and extend my leg this way or rotate it this way. You feel it, it's like a rope, clunk, 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 clunk. Then I get on it and stop. So the only thing to be aware of on inner thigh is your big femoral artery for your leg runs right down there. So you don't want to put so much pressure that you're feeling tingling in your legs, right? Don't cut off your circulation. It doesn't take a lot of pressure. And you can bend a little bit. And if you get all the way down by that knee, you might feel those knots. Owie. So just play around with that one a little bit. How's everybody? Pain? Everyone in pain?
Major.
It's nothing compared to the other ones, though.
Oh, good. That's good. All right, switch sides. Let's see if we get you set up. Yep. Move that roller away. I think you can angle your foam roller away from your shoulder a little bit more, like angled a little bit more. I'll see when you set this one up. Oh. Yeah, so angle it a little bit more. Take that top of the foam roller next to your shoulder, Sherry, and push it the other, like push it away from you. Yeah, that looks good, Mark. Everyone froze, but I'm still here. Yeah, that's better, Sherry. Good. All right, other side. I'm still here even if everyone froze. Just keep doing what you're doing. I don't know if you can hear me. You work all the way down. Again, very gently pressing on your zinger spots. I see some of you moving a little bit. We're still having a internet freeze. And then maybe bend the knee, owie, owie, owie. Maybe rotate it, ouch. All right. Let's see, yep, you guys are good. All right, and then come off of that. Good job. Everyone's kind of frozen, but I'll unmute y'all. Okay, everyone come off of that. So the last one, any questions about the upper legs?
No, didn't know it was hurting.
It was good. That was
Good. Okay, so now we're gonna do calves. Calves, last one. Last one. So calves. Again, you can start doing both. The motorcycle brigade going past me. You can start doing both at the same time or one. One's just going to be more intense. So we're just going to go forward and back from knee down to ankle. And first, you guys froze again. Hopefully you can still hear me. We're just going to stay on meaty side of the calf. That means just flat, back-sided calves. Do you like that? And then I'm going to turn my feet out, and I'm going to go with them turned out. And more painful usually, I'm going to go, oh man, in, and this time, sometimes I only do one at a time because it's awkward. Ow, ow, ow. Feet pigeon-toed a little bit. Usually more painful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you only want to do one at a time, you can stack one on top of the other, although that's going to make it more intense, or you can put the other one anywhere else where you can't use it. If you put it down on the ground, it'll take some of the intensity away. Oh man. Owie. Okay, so keep doing that forward and back, and then I'm going to show you how I do the trigger point. Oh, this is just making this bigger. There we go. Okay. Someone got a good spot. Okay, so this is how I do the trigger point for the calves. This is when you have a lot of time. When you don't have a lot of time, you can just keep doing what we're doing. When you have a lot of time, start at the bottom of one calf, go to your trigger point, first trigger point. Hold it there, I put the other foot on top, and then the one that's getting rolled, the bottom one, I take the ankle and I flap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the weight of the other leg on top of it. Then I circle my ankle 5 times in one direction, 3 to 5, and circle it in the other direction. And then I just hold. And then I go up to my next spot that hurts. Mine are in inner calf, so I'm going to rotate in a little bit, find that spot, put the other leg on top of it, flap. 1, 2, 3, in between 3 and 5. And then circle, ouch, 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 and circle. And I keep going, then I just hold. And then I do it again. Keep doing that. I'm gonna leave and come back in and see, oh no, I don't think I can do that. And see if you guys are unfrozen. Nope, I can't. All right, well. Keep doing that. All the way up the calf, and maybe outer calf, maybe inner calf, maybe flat. And then, oh, Laura's not frozen anymore. Good. And then when you're ready, you can go other side. Last bit. Other leg. Again, find that spot. Maybe put weight on it if it's not too painful. And then, ouch, flap. 1, 2, 3. Circles, circles, and then hold. Breathe. All the way up the knee. All right, I'm going to unmute people again. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hear you. Am I frozen?
No?
No.
No,
No, you haven't been frozen.
No.
Only you guys are frozen. Okay, well, good. So how do your calves feel?
Sore.
right?
Didn't know they were sore.
Good. Any questions about the lower leg?
No, you can
Can
definitely
do
hit a nerve though, right?
on your lower, on your calves?
Yeah, anywhere. You feel for me, I feel this sharp, like, jolt of lightning go through my leg when I at a nerve.
It can be. Sometimes things are so tight that just the pressure on them, it's not like, I don't know that you're hitting the nerve, but it might be you're putting pressure on a muscle that's then pressing on the nerve, right? But it's also all connected. So like it's putting pressure on, say, this muscle, but that's shooting pressure all the way up the muscle, up the chain. So, I mean, the nerve is what can
No, you froze.
hitting the nerves,
You
but
froze like this.
just gentle. What was I gonna say? Shins. You can do your last one, but it's super awkward. And you have to kneel on it, and you can roll it side to side. So I'm working on my right shin like this. Okay. I don't do it very much because it's really awkward. Better is a frozen water bottle. Frozen water bottle. I'm gonna stop Facebook Live because that's it. Thank you. I have to move you guys to plug you in. My computer's gonna run out. I'm gonna unmute again.
Right.
Does anybody have any questions about any other parts of the body?
Outside of my right.
Yeah.
This is my right.
Well, actually, don't raise your hand because you're frozen.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try that one.
This was great, Erica. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you, Erica.
Best Friday night in front of
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You got the whole body.
Thank you. Have a good
Yeah.
weekend.
Thank you.
You too.
Everybody will feel good in the morning.
Every
Bye, guys.
you should.
Have a good
Thanks,
weekend.
Erica. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.